Okay, so let's talk about another young quarterback in Trey Lance. Whenever you think about Shanahan and Lynch, and obviously Jimmy G is on the trade block, right? It's come out. He's basically said goodbye to 49ers. It's all positive. They're saying that they're going to find a trade partner for Jimmy and move on. It's Trey Lance time. If he fails, they're fired? Is that what happens?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I mean, knowing Kyle, as good as he is at finding quarterbacks, I mean, he can find another one that if Lance doesn't live up to the expectations, I'm sure Kyle will have somebody. It'll be interesting who he signs as the backup quarterback, to Lance. I think that'll tell a lot. And do they draft one this year just to make sure they have an economic value at backup? But I think they've got to go all in. They can't risk another year of Garoppolo on the team. If they bring Garoppolo back, the players gravitate towards Garoppolo.
They're trading him, right?
That you could say whatever you want. I mean, and Garoppolo has his moments where he looks really good and he looks really bad. But I think the team believes in Garoppolo, so they have to remove him from the team so they can give Lance his fair chance to compete for a starting job, which I think they have to do.
Yeah, because the locker room, needs to know. And Jimmy G seems like a guy that everybody loves. I mean, Sherman came out and talked about him. Basically, every teammate's come out and said, there's a reason we all go to bat for him. We love this guy. That's why he'd be a great Colt. Guy'd be a great Indianapolis Colt.
I mean, he's the opposite of what Wentz kind of is. He's certainly the opposite of what we're seeing behavior out of Kyler Murray. Like, his teammates truly love him. Now, he's not as good a player as some of these guys, but when I was there in 2014, when he came in, everybody was worried about who would be able to be in a room with Tom Brady and still learn how to compete. I mean, it's a challenging thing. Now, this is, Tom Brady was 36 years old at that time. So he still had, all these Super Bowl titles in his resume. And Garoppolo never blinked. And he would sit around the table in the meal room. As you know, you could really get a read on your football team from who you watch with, who they eat with. And he was endeared himself to every offensive lineman. The team loved him, and that has carried over. And I think that's an important quality a quarterback has to have. I think it's one of the things missing in Kyler Murray.
The meal room is always awesome to kind of just see where you're going to sit at. The rookies, whenever they're deciding, I don't want to say it's like a scene from prison, but it is. It almost is and rookies sometimes will sit together alone, off by the side. And then as the season rolls on, kind of get comfortable and moving in. It's a fascinating place. That is a very sacred place, I think, in all locker rooms.